Hello guys. Now today's video is a fun video. This is just to test the new OpenAI chat GPT-4. Uh, I made a video previously on asking ChatGPT how to solve some of the physics questions. It's there in the videos previously done. I'd asked it how to solve a SUVAT related question involving a ball being thrown vertically upwards. I think, yeah, it should be that video, and it did a pretty good job in analyzing, except for the square root of the negative number. So now I'm just gonna test the newer version of the OpenAI ChatGPT model, GPT-4. It seems to be free, everyone can access it. So the main goal here is just to see how the ChatGPT, the newer version of the model, analyzes questions by me inserting images from the computer on questions related to maths, physics, and I just want to see how this thing works, and hopefully this video is fun and enjoyable. And if you guys have enjoyed the video, please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps a lot. And yeah, let's start with the video. Alright, so as usual, layout is pretty good. They included this new insert button feature. Let's just test that out. So we're just gonna insert this. The first question we're gonna insert is a math related question. It's gonna involve a bit of algebra, integration, and partial fractions. So I'm just gonna send it. Let's see. I'm just gonna write here. This is a question. Actually, no need to write anything. I'm just gonna write solve this, and show all the working. I'm just going to show you guys the question a bit. Show all the working out. Okay. So the question, like as you guys can see, is to express 3x by 2x minus 1, x minus 2 in partial fraction form. Show that this is equivalent to ln k, where k is a simplified fraction to be found. This total question is worth 7 marks, and this is an Excel math style question, just to point it out there. Okay, let's see how the new software has solved this type of question. Okay, it's saying to solve the problem, let's go through the steps systematically. Express this in partial fraction form. We begin by writing the given fraction as a sum of partial fractions. Okay, it did a good job in checking out the image. That's pretty impressive, actually. It split it into two factors. That's correct. It's multiplied both sides by 2x minus 1, x minus 2. Okay, that's really good. It's equating the coefficients, and they equated the coefficients in the constant terms, and they formed two equations. It found out b is equivalent to minus 2a. It substituted b equals minus 2a into equation 1, and it's found out that a is minus 1 and b is equivalent to 2, and it's also substituted it into the partial fraction form like what they want to, as minus 1 by 2x minus 1 plus 2 divided by x minus 2. Let me just check whether that answer is right from what I've calculated. Wow, that is right. It is minus 1 by 2x minus 1 plus 2 divided by x minus 2. That is actually pretty surprising. That's able to do this from the image analysis itself. Wow. So that's correct. Got that right. Question number B, hence solve. Now let's see how it writes in terms of ln k. Evaluating the integral. Okay, we're given the limits 25 and 5. What it has done is it's used the partial fractions. Okay, it's analyzed to use that data from part A, and it's now separating it into two integrals. Okay, that is impressive. It's evaluating each integral separately. It's created a substitution of integration. For those of you who know how to do this, whenever we try to integrate something, we try to create it as a subject form of something. So it's done that, and it's found it to be as minus half ln 2x minus 1 plus c. It's given a constant of integration. Wow, it's really updated really nicely. It's shown all the working. Wow. It's showing everything in brackets, steps. Let v equals x minus 2. It's combining the results. Okay, we can see that it's integrated 25 and 5 and subtracting. It's done a good job in that. It's simplified each term. On top of that, it's combining the logarithms. It's using the properties of logs. That is kind of cool. And it's giving us the final value as for k as 529 by 21. I'm just going to now check my working here on my. It's right. It is 529. It's shown every single working out possible. It's simplified inside the brackets. It's accurate. It uses the logarithms properties. It's also got that right. Okay, that is pretty impressive how it showed plenty amount of working along with the solutions to all the questions. So this thing has scored full 7 marks, spot on. So the maths, wow, surprising. Okay, let's start asking it the next question. It's done a pretty good job analyzing it. Okay, and the next question I'm going to ask is, it's a physics question. Okay, solve this and give reasoning. And give reasoning for each graph. I'm just going to show you guys. Now this is a physics question. Give reasoning for each graph. Okay, I just want to know how this thing now solves the physics question. Now this question is a multiple choice question. It's stating that the car is accelerating along a straight road. The graph shows how acceleration of the car varies over time. So that means that this GPT thing has to look at the graphs and analyze which of the following shows how velocity of the car varies over time. So let's see what this thing says. Solve this. To determine which graph correctly represents how the velocity of car given, we need to understand the relationship between acceleration and velocity. Okay, analyzing the velocity graph. Okay, so what this has done is it's doing a good job in analyzing it from the graph standpoint. It started with analyzing the acceleration time graph. It's giving us how it's moving. The acceleration starts from positive, then it decreases from linearly to 0. Okay, that is good. Okay, so it's showing that then the acceleration continues to decrease linearly and becomes negative. It's understanding the velocity graph. Okay, and it's showing that acceleration is positive. Okay, good. Detailed analysis of the acceleration time graph. Okay, now this is the first important thing, is we have to analyze each one of these graphs. Okay, so the first segment is that the positive acceleration is decreasing to 0. So as you can see, that is decreasing to 0. Okay, the second segment is showing negative acceleration. So okay, that's okay, evaluating the provided velocity time graph. Sorry guys, wait, this is the detailed analysis of the acceleration time graph. So meaning they're talking about this graph here. So they're showing that the first part is positive acceleration decreasing to 0, and the second part is showing negative acceleration. Now this is where they're going to be talking about the graphs A, B, and C, including D. So graph A, they're saying that the velocity first increases, then decreases. Wow, it's analyzed that graph correctly. We can see that it's increasing and then decreasing. Second segment, graph B, velocity increases linearly and then becomes constant. Okay, we can see that. And graph C, velocity starts to decrease. Wow, it's analyzed the graph perfectly. It's decreasing, as you can see. Graph D, velocity increases linearly. Yep, it is increasing upwards. Good. Conclusion is that the graph that best represents how the velocity of a car varies over time, given interval based on the acceleration graph provided, is graph D, the linear increase followed by linear decrease. Okay, so this is not how to say, it's not choice graph D, it's actually choice graph A. The reason is because if you look at part B, the gradient is 0. The gradient is 0 except at one point. And if you look at choice C, the gradient begins to be negative and then becomes positive. And if you look at choice D, is because the positive and negative gradients, they're actually constant except at one point. So technically, from this conclusion, it is graph A, which is going to be the right answer. Maybe just analyzed it in a different way. Okay, so points for that. Multiple choice goes to that. Okay, they have a limit on how many we uploaded, so this is surprising to the way it can analyze both the math and the physics question from the graph. I am surprised by the way it's analyzing it. It's done a good job in analyzing what the graphs look like, and it's given good amount of reasoning. It's just that the physics maybe just needs more improvement on that side, but it's done a good job. Maybe the answer is right. You comment below on what your thoughts are about question number 2 for physics. For math, it's done a pretty good job. This is like for working out. It is perfect for 3 to 4 marks. It's listing out. It's splitting it into partial fraction forms. They begin by writing it, and it's just surprising. It's just done a good job in analyzing it, solving it. It's given us the constants. It's actually substituted everything. It's shown every type of working. Like as we said, show all the working out. It's done a good job in that. And it's split it into partial fractions. They evaluated the integral. Okay, this is surprising how it created its own substitution, which is not given in the question. Usually the substitution is given. The value of u is actually given in the question, but this has analyzed its own correct substitution, and that's surprising, and it's done a good job in analyzing that, integrating that. It's shown all the steps of how they differentiated this equation, and they rearranged it, and then split. It's given it in terms of ln. It's done a really good job. I'm surprised by it. Yeah. Hopefully for you guys, if you guys can test out more features, try it out with your questions, and do comment below on how you guys are experiencing this. What is it like when giving out math and physics related questions, computer science questions. Yeah, I think this is more of a surprise to see how it's analyzing all of this. And yeah, this is basically a fun video just to check how GPT has improved previously, and it's done a pretty good job in analyzing all the images. And if you guys have enjoyed the video, please do like, share, and subscribe. The channel really helps a lot. And yeah, do comment below on what your thoughts are about this video and about the experiences you guys have with testing this software. And yeah, I think that's it. All right, bye guys.